for the second part of Bricks, Beats and Bones. Today's first topic is discovering the Harappan civilization. Under this topic, we have another subheading which is known as Cunningham's confusion. Okay, so what are we talking in this is about what Cunningham could not understand and what he gave it to us, or what he gave it to the world. So whenever we talk about discussing Harappan civilization, we have to read the confusion of Cunningham. So as Harappa's cities was ruined, people forgot about it. Okay, after which the first Director General of ASI, that is Cunningham, visited the civilization. But before visiting, he read the accounts left by the Chinese pilgrims. These pilgrims once had visited the continent between 4th and the 7th century, and these pilgrims visited in order to locate the civilization or the settlements. But remember one thing, that Harappa was not a part of Chinese pilgrim and was not known to them also as an early city. But later an Englishman gave one seal to Cunningham. Okay, what did he do with the seal is that he took the seal, he looked at it very carefully in order to find out the actual period of it, but was not successful at all to trace out the actual period of it. Now this tells that Cunningham was unable to or was missing the significance of Harappan civilization. Okay, so after which my next topic is a new old civilization. Yeah, you have heard it correct, a new old civilization. What is this, a new old civilization? So under this we have John Marshall, okay, another Director General of ASI during 1924. Okay, what did he announce was very important. Okay, remember, he announced that he discovered a new civilization and he named it as Indus Valley. Okay, the world then came to know about the contemporary with Mesopotamia, not only a new civilization. Okay, what I mean is that we came to know that it is not only a new civilization but also it's related with Mesopotamia. Okay, that is what new old civilization means. Now here, what did Marshall do? Okay, Marshall's way of excavating or exploring, or all the archaeologists have one way to excavate the area. Marshall followed a very different type of excavating. As you can see in your book, there are some layers drawn. Okay, I'll try to put up a picture of it. Now Marshall excavated along regular horizontal units. Okay, he measured uniformly throughout the mound, but he ignored the stratigraphy of the site. And what did he do is that thus whatever artifacts he recovered from the same unit or mound was grouped together. Now my next topic is about new technique and questions. Okay, now here the interest in Harappan civilization archaeology grew significantly in 1980s. Okay, many specialized or very dedicated workers together studied about Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. These archaeologists, in order to give us more or to study more about it, more about what is there in it, they use modern scientific techniques, okay, in order to explore and to recover the traces of clay, stone, metal and plant and animals. They use modern techniques, okay, to analyze every little evidence which is available. Now all these exploration, what happened is that promises to give interesting result in future. Without any of these techniques, the exploration will be very bad, or we can say something might be missing and we may not come across some important result or important evidence of it. Okay, so that is why this part is also very important, that is new techniques and questions. Now everything has got a problem, so here also we got some problems. Okay, my next topic is the problems. Okay, so when you talk about the problems, Harappan script. Okay, now Harappan script does not help in understanding the ancient civilization. It is material evidence that allow archaeologists to reconstruct a better Harappan life. These materials are pottery, tool, ornaments, household objects. But remember one thing, organic materials does not last as they generally decompose. Now what are organic? Organic means cloth, leather, wood, etc. Okay, this type of organic material, even if they might have used in long days back, will not survive. They will decompose and we may not get any kind of evidence. But evidences that survive are stone, burnt clay, then some other artifacts. Okay, and these are the important things that makes us know about history. But because there are something which is missing, and during excavating, some tools or some artifacts might break out or might have been destroyed or broke in one place, and then later on with the time this broken artifact was deposited somewhere else, so we cannot make out what is what. That is what the problem is. Okay, now classifying finds. Okay, now one simple principle of classification is in terms of material, such as stone, clay, metal, bone, ivory. Okay, the second one is its function. So archaeologists have to decide whether the artifact is a tool or an ornament or both, or sometimes also meant for ritual use. That is what they have to classify. Now we are not sure for what the particular artifact is being used by the Harappan civilization people, or those who lived during Harappan ages. Okay, we are all studying only based on some of the archaeologists. That is what it means. Now sometimes archaeologists have to take recourse to indirect evidence. Now through this there are some traces of cotton at Harappan sites. That means they have found out about clothing, okay, that they used to wear, and depends on indirect evidences including depictions in sculpture. Okay, so it means that we are not only reading about the artifacts which is found deep down in the earth, but also which is standing outside. That means above the earth, or we can say not inside, on the earth. Okay, so what is that? What is this thing? Like a building standing there, a building which is standing there has got some type of sculpture. This sculpture has some kind of effect there. That means they've sculpted with some kind of dress. They are depicting the sculptor that it is wearing some kind of clothes. So an archaeologist have to just think whether these are the clothes or leaves or something. But they, as per the artifacts or the sculpture they found, they have to give us some kind of clue, and thus they do this classifying things. Okay, now what is the problem of interpretation? As I told you, interpretation means now to say what is what. Okay, what does a particular thing stand for? So here, as you can see, early archaeologists thought that certain objects which seem unusual or unfamiliar have some significance with the religious significance. Okay, that means they are used for some kind of prayer services and all, which may not be true. It is just that they are just thinking or supposing, or they are just assuming it. What is correct, we are not sure, because they left all these things and they vanished. We don't know anyone who was or who were a part of this Harappan civilization. But we have to study whatever is given to us by the historians or the archaeologists. So that is what problems of interpretation. All the archaeologists or the historians made attempts to reconstruct religious beliefs and practices by examining seals, some of which seem to be depict ritual scenes. So once again the point says the same thing, it depicts, but am I sure that the seal which is found, it really depicts something about ritual? It might say something else, right? So that is what the problems of interpretation. Sometimes the seal might be broken and half of the seal cannot give us the right thing. What is missing may be important, what is found may be not important. So that is how there are some problems in interpretation. And the last part is that in some places, motifs are found, plant motifs are found, and these motifs are indicated as a nature worshippers. Means it is also said that the Harappan people used to pray to the nature. Okay, they don't have god or goddesses in different way, but yeah, they pray to sun god or the moon god, or there are some motifs which are being kept, plants and all, and thus from that we can only assume that they used to pray to nature. Okay, now several other reconstructions remain very improper, we can say, or some are still on its way. Still at present, some are studying about the artifacts which are found in the Harappan culture. They wanted to know the exact thing, like what is what. Okay, so that is why history it comes up like that. Okay, now as a time may go on, who knows, what we are studying may change, because as a time pass by, modern techniques come up, and the modern techniques come up, they will be able to decipher the artifacts in far better way. And when it is deciphered in far better way, the history that we had studied may also change. That is why these problems of interpretation will remain. Okay, who is right, who is wrong, it's not a question. Okay, the question is, what do they interpret it, and what do they mean after interpreting it? Okay, are they correct, are they incorrect? We are not looking at it. Okay, only what we are saying is its importance. Okay, so with this I conclude the chapter, but again I have some requests. If you have some doubts, please do comment. Thank you.